Good morning. This is a quick little video to talk about the next project. So once again, we're going to go to the module area, which is to your left, where all your assignments are located. Don't forget, this is the sketchbook. And I believe yesterday I made a mistake in the time expected is 60 minutes per sketchbook assignment, not 30. So I wanted to make that correction. Plus, also, we do not have a September 6th sketchbook due, but you will have an e-learning assignment, and that won't be out until later. So if we go back to the modules where all your assignments are located, we're going to go into a value study. All right, these are not live yet, but we're going to watch two videos. We're going to talk about examples. You have a value packet. Now, this packet, you do not print. There's no point in you printing that, okay? We're just going to do it in your sketchbook, all right? You can use the same, you can do front and back of your sketchbook, so you're not using as much paper. No smudging with your fingers or anything else unless it's stated to do so. You're going to be using pencil only. I would not use a mechanical pencil. You will go through that lead a lot. It will waste a lot of that, and I'm sure you don't want to lose it, the lead. So these are shading techniques to create the illusion of texture. Okay, first one is hatching, where they're just straight lines. They're at a diagonal. The hatching is on the bottom left, meaning the top right is where the light source is coming from. It's more dense and concentrated. You have cross hatching, which is two lines that are crisscrossing over to kind of give you a rougher texture. For example, here, contour hatching is where you are following the contour of the shape. All right, and you're doing hatching, which is just the one line going one way, which is following the contour. Scumbling is circular lines. You're overlapping them to get a darker and then taking them farther apart to get a lighter area. And stippling is where you're making dots. The more concentrated the dots are, the darker it's going to be. And you can lighten those areas, make the dots farther apart so that it looks lighter in color. Now, the next page is where you're going to get started with doing value scales. You are going to create 5 rows of 1-inch squares, just like this, okay? So you're going to take your ruler that you have in your bag. Now you can do this horizontal or portrait on your sketchbook. That's up to you. Okay, as I was saying, you guys are going to use your ruler that is in your bag. I just had one and I don't know what I've done with it. Okay, hold on. We're going to put this. Okay, so I found it. So this is my little ruler and my little sketchbook, which is much smaller than yours. So I'm going to make this larger. This is a mechanical pencil. I highly suggest not using it. You're going to use your lead up, and I don't supply lead for these. You will have the pencil that was in your sketchbook. Now you're going to make 5 rows of 1 inch by 1 inch sections. Okay, so there's an inch right here. I'm measuring down to where it's 5. There we go. All right, and then I'm going to make another line connecting those dots. Now, if it's not perfect, that's fine. But I do want to say that you really need to use your ruler and try to get these as straight as you possibly can. Okay, so now we need to make 5 little sections. 2, 3, 4, there's 5. And then you're going to do the same thing up here. And then we're going to connect those dots. And you're going to do 5 of these. So here's 1. See, that's not very straight. So we're going to actually use the ruler to make. And the reason why we're not printing out these is because, 1, that's going to take a lot of paper. Okay, and we don't want to do that. Okay, value packet. And here's our value packet. So the first one you're going to be doing is hatching. This is where the white's going to be. That is always going to be white. Then you're going to go light gray, mid gray, dark gray, and black. Now black is where you're going to take the hatching, and you can do it sideways, but it's going to be lots and lots of different lines. So this is going to be lots of, and it goes over, that's fine, you can erase it. Okay, so you're going to make this completely black. Then you're going to come over here and make it a little bit lighter. And make sure that this is all hatching. Okay, so you get the idea. So you're going to be doing hatching. And if we look back up on the worksheet, cross hatching, smudging with finger, scumbling, and stippling in dots. Okay, so you're going to have all of these that you will need to do. Your next one is observe and recreate the values in the empty boxes. So this one, you're going to go dark to light to white, and then follow this example, observe it, and then recreate it the best you can. Okay, so you're going to do this with all of these. All right. This one, you're going to be creating the illusion of form with shading. As you can see, there is a light source coming from the left, which is giving it a cast shadow. Okay, so what you're going to do is right here, you're going to do cross hatching, all 4 of those, stippling and smudging. Now smudging you can do with your pencil or not with your pencil, or your finger actually. So you have these to do, and this shading, these 3 shading techniques. And then this one is where you are going to be labeling the shading for each one of these sections. So we have highlight, shade, shadow, cast shadow, and reflective light. All right, so you are going to create those value scales on each one of these items. You have to decide where the light source is coming from. Yes, your cast shadow may go off the page, or actually you're doing it in your sketchbook, so you could do it however you wanted to. Don't make them so tiny. We want to stay an inch within an inch just for dimension. Because it's going to be a lot easier if you keep them larger. Okay, so apply value scales to each of the forms below. The light source is coming from the top left as shown. Label each section correctly. So that pretty much explains that project. All right. Due date, I don't know. It is set for the 9th, but I don't think that you guys will be done by then. You also, this right here are examples, visual examples. If you forget, you can come back and take a look at this. Now, one other thing that I did want to go over, everybody is going to get a blending stump today, okay? Now, the way that you use this, you don't take it and scrub it point up, or you don't scrub it at all. But you want to take it when you get ready to do blending or anything like that, and there's such a glare on this. But what you're going to do is you're going to take it and you're going to smudge the pencil. I'm not sure if you can see that. Oh, almost. There we go. It's going to smudge. I can't get that. There we go. As you can see, it's smudging. Anytime your little blender is dirty, you're going to take a piece of sandpaper, and at an angle, you are going to lightly, no reason to press down really hard and scrub. And this is how you clean these. Okay. Everybody's going to get one, and they're all different sizes. And you're also going to pick up sandpaper. Now, your kneaded eraser. Everybody should have one. Some of you I know have taken it out of the container or the little plastic. Let's see if I can do that. Hold on, let me. I'm going to put you on pause. Okay, back to where we were. This is a kneaded eraser. Once you get it out of the little plastic, this is how you clean it. Okay, so say your little kneaded eraser is really, really dirty. This is kneading it. Okay, so let's say on your paper, you do a little bit of values, and then all of a sudden you start getting a little darker because you really weren't paying attention. What you're going to do is come back with this, and you can press down and it will start to pick up the graphite. Okay, so you can see where it's dirty. Here we're going to pull. We're going to knead it to make it clean. Okay, pretty simple. So that's what you're going to be doing. I'm going to make this small. If you have any questions, make sure you ask. This is what you're going to be working on this week. On Friday, I am going to be showing you what you're going to have a project that you have to fulfill. Okay, so once you're here on Friday for our remote learning, then I will discuss what you're going to be doing. Okay, so it is required that you're here. And then once you do, well, I'll sign it, I'll answer questions, and then I'm going to let you to go on your own and do some searching. And then this will be due Tuesday at the end of class. Okay, and that is the e-learning, not this worksheet. We're going to be working on it and seeing how quickly people can complete this. So make sure you pick up a smudger, make sure you pick up sandpaper, you should have a kneaded eraser, and you should have a pencil. Now you can also, if you want to, and this might be a good thing to play around with, you have what's called an ebony pencil, which makes really, really dark lines. You can see that compared to the regular pencil. See that? It makes it a little bit darker. You don't have to press as hard. Okay. And that's that. So we're going to go ahead and start working on this.